What's up, babes? It's Cralisa Victoria. I'm back with yet another video. If you're new here, hi, welcome to the channel. If you've already been subscribed, thanks for coming back. So ignore the trophies in the background and stuff like that. I'm still in the process of cleaning. They were on the floor and I had to like lift them onto the counter because I have been cleaning down here. I took a break earlier. I was going through papers, which I'm still gonna do. I got a lot of stuff up, but I got a lot of stuff to do. I've just been separating papers from, like, I've got documents that need to be shredded. I've got documents that I need to keep. I've got just a whole bunch of knickknacks that has to go to the Goodwill, some stuff that has to go to Plato's. Like, I have a lot of stuff that I'm trying to get through. And if you guys recall, I told you guys that I was going to be doing a little bit at a time each day. So I posted a vlog today and I also posted a hair video. So my hair got washed today and now it's just kind of like it air dried for the day. So that's why it looks a little crazy, because I haven't done anything to it other than let it air dry. But I wanted to make this video to talk about like my road to minimalism, or I guess back to minimalism, because you guys know I do like to keep a minimalistic approach to my life. And I've explained this in a different video. When I say minimalist, I'm not talking about the minimalism to the point of like one of everything, because I think that when people think minimalism, they think one of everything. Everything is all one color, and you know, you only live in white and black in your household, and you only do, you know what I mean? So I think there's a whole bunch of like descriptive definitions of minimalism. But when I say minimalism, I'm talking about I want to make sure that my space is tidied up. I want to make sure that if I don't use it, it's not here. If it's not needed, I'm not having it in my house. So if I have 100 pair of shoes, but I wear my shoes, they can be here. But if I have a pair of shoes that I know I'm never going to wear, they have to go. Or, and mind you, I've got a lot of shoes. You can't wear them all in one day, but you know, you kind of get that idea of what needs to stay and what needs to go. Another thing is like documents. A lot of things are digital now. You don't necessarily need paper documents. So it's just going through all of my existing documents, figuring out what are we keeping, what are we getting rid of, and why are we keeping these tangible pieces of paper. For example, I have a list of papers over here on the floor, and I've broken them up by like category. So like these papers all pertain to real estate, whether they're papers that have to do with an old contract, or has to do with like maybe something I printed out, or just something that I got from like a seminar or whatever. I'm just, you know, study sheets from when I used to study for my test. I'm stashing it all up based off of category of a name. So real estate, then bills, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of those documents and obtain that material off of those documents. So maybe it was just like I wrote a phone number on a piece of paper and I need to transfer that phone number to, you know, my files of database. Or maybe on that piece of paper there was a piece of information that I needed and I want to transfer that into my notebook that I write all of my real estate stuff in. Or, you know, maybe there's just whatever. So the goal is to try to, you know, minimalize that stack of papers. Now, if there are actual blueprints of pieces of paper I've acquired over time that says this is a good strategy to do da-da-da-da, and it's a whole like paper, then I'm going to file that into like a folder. That way I can always use it as reference. So I really have to get down to the nitty gritty. Old receipts, there's nothing on here that can be returned or exchanged, so we're going to rip those up and we're going to trash them. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So the bulk of my cleanup, the bulk of my what I have to do in my house this week is really papers. I do have a good amount of clothes that's out that I'm going to have to put away, and some that I have to give away, and all of this shenanigans. But the bulk, of my cleaning up is really papers. Because it's that thing of like, you don't want to just shoo them in a box and put them somewhere. You want to actually physically go through these papers and say, what do I need this for? Do I need it at all? And then there's some things that I'm just like literally like, I need to, you know, organize it and put it together. Like, oh, we got all these loose leaf note cards. What do we need these for? We don't need them. Maybe we can donate it to somebody who has a kid who's going to need note cards for the year to study. Or maybe we can just give it to the Goodwill. So, and you know, maybe I need to keep the note cards. I might not know. You know, there may be something that I'm studying for and information that I want to write out, and I might need those note cards. So it's just that really coming to the conclusion of what do we have this for, why is it here, and how is it going to be added to my life. So I wanted to make this video just to let you guys know that minimalism does cure depression. And when I say depression, I'm not saying, you know, oh, I don't want to come out the house, or oh, I don't want to get out of the bed. That's part of depression. Those are very much so real feelings as well. But when I'm saying to cure depression, I'm talking about your environment in your house is reflective a lot of times of your vehicle. It's reflective of how you feel on the inside. It is reflective of everything that you go through. But a lot of times people do not compare the body, mind, and spirit as one. They don't see it as one. They see it as separate things. And I believe that if you begin to see these things as one, you will understand that you need to get it all together. So maybe you need to start in the house and get this paperwork, and maybe you need to then go wash your car, or then maybe you need to, and I can almost assure you, I don't want to promise you because I don't like to make empty promises, but I can assure you, you will feel a lot better. You will feel different when you clean your physical environment. When you feel cluttered inside, you feel chaotic inside, the last thing that you need is a chaotic environment. The last thing you need is to be in a chaotic situation. So the best thing that you can do is clear space. You know, if you can think, and if you can, you know, put yourself in a position to where you don't feel cluttered in the mind, you will then be able to be a lot more productive. So for me right now, I feel chaotic. Like, it might not look a mess to somebody else, but to me, I feel chaotic. I have papers all over the place. And I've been saying this for a while, but it's just been a lot going on in my life. So when I'm supposed to be working on some of these things, I just completely stop. And then there's times where I'm like today, I took time to sit on the floor and actually work on a section for about 30 to 45 minutes of just sorting through papers, shredding, putting things in the shred pile, putting things in the trash can. And I'm like slowly actually doing what I need to do. I wanted to make this video on minimalism and how to cure depression, to just get a series started to let you guys know that I am getting my environment and getting my health and wealth back intact, and you can do the same. So I'm sorry, I don't want to turn the camera on my personal documents, but I just want you to know what I'm working on, what I'm doing. And then by the end of this, you guys will be able to see that my whole house is cleared and clean. Now, we are going to be going into January 2022. I don't want to go into January 2022 with a chaotic environment. And you say, oh, girl, you got about 3 weeks until we're into the new year. Right. That's what we said in January. And now we're in December going into a new January. So don't be looking at things as like, oh, time's going to, you got all the time in the world, because we already know time flies and life is not promised. So I'm going to get back to sorting through some documents. I'm going to close my laptop, because the last thing we need is to be like anything falling on our laptops and stuff like that, or just breaking them because it's down there. I did want to work on some goals and write out some things, but I've listened to several motivations today, so I feel like I can actually take a little bit more time to actually work on some stuff, like as far as sorting through things. So over the next day or two, between tonight and tomorrow, my goal is to have this whole living room all the way to the kitchen, like together, tidied up. And really, for the most part, it's almost that. But the biggest part, like I said, are these documents. So I think if I can get through these documents and sorting through things over the next like day or two, we'll be good. And then I'll be able to go into focusing on cleaning the bathroom, the room, and the closet, which really, those aren't even issues. It's just really I need to put up those clothes. But like I said, we're taking it one day at a time. There's days I wake up where I have a little bit of motivation to do this, and there's days where I'm like, absolutely not, I'm busy, or I just don't want to do it. So like I said, take your time, pace yourself, don't have to do anything. You know, when you take the time not to have to do anything, you will have better results. So stay tuned. I just want to make this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.